Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca.x. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick-ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast, and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. Fiery climaxes and what they mean for you. This could be at work, it could be at home, it could be that your temper is going off on one because of a situation. And what it means is that you need to really identify when things get too much, when someone says too much, and basically identify within yourself your feelings and thoughts and emotions and how you're going to react or respond, because we can all go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. There's a tug of war on things. Oh, I should say something. No, I shouldn't. Yes, I should. No, I shouldn't. And so sometimes people pleasing comes in when you've hit a certain bar and that person stepped over the line, and actually you are then questioning yourself of, do you say something or not? But you've got to be assertive with things. You've got to kind of make sure that you're putting boundaries in place. You put people, like, call them out on the stuff. Now, I'm not saying go and say it to your boss and then get fired. That's a disclaimer. We're not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you're in a tense situation and your temper is rising and you can feel yourself getting more stressed and angry, just don't say anything, but identify within your body what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what your emotions are, and take a breather before you react or respond or actually say anything. Okay, because in those moments they can be very frayed. They can be like, you go from like really like relaxed to they've just triggered you enough that you are like the dragon with the fire, and it's just going to come out. So it is all about watching your thoughts, feelings, emotions, but also the sensitivity on all of that. Like, you don't need to have your temper frayed or to shout and rant and rave because someone said something they might not have even known that would have triggered you. Now, there's a difference between people saying something and not knowing it would have triggered you to someone who knows you inside out, that they're pushing your buttons and they know that they're winding you up. That's a whole different ballgame. Okay, but when you have fiery climaxes, what is great for you is that you can identify the triggers and the sources and the core of what started that feeling, emotion, thought for you. So it's great exercise for you to actually identify within yourself. Tap into your body, see what feels, what your feelings are, what your thoughts are, what your emotions are, as I've said, and see if, number one, you created this situation or someone else created it, and then start really kind of pulling away at it, dissecting it in a way so that you can get more meaning to it for yourself, so that you can go, oh, actually they said this, but they had no idea they would have triggered me at some point, because not everyone knows your life, not everyone knows everything about you. They don't know, they haven't walked your path, and so you need to still remain, even though the fire and the rage might be inside, you need to go within yourself to be kind, to be gentle, always lead with kindness anyway, and remember who you are and whose you are, and be polite, because you can nip something in the bud like this as quick as anything and say it really politely, and they don't even know you've shut down the whole conversation. You know what I mean? And the thing is as well, remember where you want to be. Remember your feelings and your emotions. Now, I also understand in those moments, because I've been, in the past, I've been raging as well. It's like, boom. And it's like, you cannot see anything but you want to have a go at that person, or you need to shout and rant and rave. And you need to make your point known, whether it be on social media, in an email, on a phone call, whatever it is. I tend to say, and we were taught this in the army, I tend to say with all due respect, and then politely say whatever it is that you want. Because then you've you need to make your point known, but also you can say, well, with all due respect, we'll agree to disagree. We'll change the subject now. Or you can leave the room. But basically what you want to do is kind of bring the climax down, pour water on it, and kind of filter it out if needs be as quickly as possible. Because otherwise it's infiltrating your energy, your mindset, your peace, and how you're feeling, so that you'll be enraged even more. Now, I do also understand those moments that you do get enraged, you do get angry, you do get really upset. But it is all about knowing that you need to remain the person that you are, and just waiting a while and not saying anything and letting this person just sit there and go off on one and go off on one and go off on one, whether the boss or not. Just say, okay, and just observe. And it takes a lot more courage and bravery within you to not react and actually just sit, listen, observe, and then go from there. But it really is amazing. So when you're in that moment, or those moments, those fiery climaxes, know that you can actually pour water on any of it by, number one, not reacting or responding. Scroll past the message. Don't retaliate. Do not answer. Delete it if needs be. You don't have to. Not everything needs a response or a reaction. Silence is golden. Silence is amazing a lot of the time, so that you actually have control of the situation to a certain point, that you're just not saying anything, because you're not, people aren't privy to everything that's going on in your life, but also they don't need to know everything, and you don't need to explain yourself to everyone constantly all the time. They don't get a green pass to know everything that's going on in your life. Okay? But again, when these fiery climaxes happen, it's a great time for you to observe yourself. See within yourself, seek within yourself. And as I mentioned on a previous podcast, see the love and beauty in everything. I'm not saying about the argument or what's gone on or the debate or the negative scenario, should we say. I'm on about seek the love and beauty in yourself to kind of bring the climax down slightly, so that you can actually function. You can actually go, right, what am I thinking? Right, okay, well, that's just triggered me. Something I need to heal, something I need to work through, something that I can identify and actually work on, come up with a plan in order to, right, what can I do? I felt this way, that felt icky, don't want to do that anymore, what can I do about it? And be assertive and take action and do the thing that you need to do in order to take care of you, because at the end of the day, you are the important one. It's not about scoring points. It's not about being right. It's not about, being gung-ho about everything. It's about what's best for you, what's best for your peace, your mindset, your life, and all of that. So it's something that you can observe, you can learn from, you can, change the direction of whatever it is. You can change the direction of the fiery climax as well, you know what I mean? But it gives you a chance to actually identify within yourself, where you may have overstepped, where they've overstepped, where you need to put boundaries in place, whether you've been too harsh or rash, or whether you have gone too fast, or where you didn't understand the situation, you've gone off on one, and actually it was something that you've taken the wrong way. So you need to apologise or forgive yourself and then say sorry or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So know that the fiery climaxes that happen gives you a chance to just look at it. Take a step back, like you're going in a plane. Instead of being on the ground looking at the situation as it is, take a step back, kind of look on a plane, pretend you're on a plane, and then you're looking down on the situation. You get a bigger bird's eye view of the pattern and the situation at hand. You're like, oh, actually, you can see things at different angles instead of going off on one. So that's a little bit of insight from me. Enjoy your day. Hope you are good. Know that you can and will achieve anything you set your mind to. Keep going always, as always, and pop over to Rebecca.x for lots of offerings for you, whether they be programs and courses that you can do all in your own time, no matter what time zone you're on. You can go at your own pace, which is really great, but you're also getting all of the knowledge, wisdom, expertise from the programs in order for you to do a multitude of things, whichever program that you sign up for. There's also guided journals on there that can help you with your mindset, with belief clearing, with your gratitude, with affirmations, with your desires, dreams and goals, and so much more on the website. I'll put the link in the show notes, but it's Rebecca.x, and I will see you on the next one.